What's happening, guys? Cap over here, and welcome to another week of the NPL Division 2, as today we're taking on our buddy, Frosty Alpha, coach of the Golden State Wartortles, and this is one of the battles I was really looking forward to, because first of all, we go all the way back to the RBL days, and secondly, usually our battles are pretty entertaining, they're pretty close, and a lot of stuff and things happen. That's pretty descriptive, right? But anywho, if you want to check out his side of the battle, be sure to look in the link, or in the description down below, not the link, switch it around. In the description down below, click on it, and I'm pretty sure he uploaded his site already, so be sure to check it out and sub to his channel too. And we'll talk a bit about the teams that we have in front of us. So he didn't bring Tapalele nor Mega Alakazam, which is great on my end because I was scared of those things. I even brought a Choice Scarf Weavile. Shoutouts to you, local goals. Probably somewhere out there you're tossing a table or flipping a laptop. I thought it did pretty well against his team in terms of I can run a Adamant Choice Scarf Weavile, so I was like, you know what, why not? Life is short, memes are cool, and the day is looking pretty bright, so why not do that? So the Glasgow actually has a really good matchup over here. It was a lot of his team, so if I can get rid of Mantine and Frostlass, I'm in a good situation. Thankfully I do have Magearna, I do have Porygon 2, and I do have Keldeo to sort of take care of those things. So let's just jump right into this battle. I figured, you know what, let's lead up with Keldeo. It has a good matchup. Hoping that he'd lead Miltank or his Frostlass. But he leads up with Mantine, and I'm like, oh snap. Oh snap. I'm just switching out to BB-8. Perfect switch. Happy that he went for Toxic, so no damage whatsoever. And he doesn't get the burn, so I can just fire off a free Thunderbolt over here. I was a bit surprised about that. And I'm just going to go for the Volt Switch, which is fantastic because this is the double whammy right here. The bubble wham bam, get the Toxic Orb off, looking pretty fly, and get the Toxic. So really awesome start of the match. Got a lot of momentum right over here, and I can just go right into BB-8, my hard counter to this thing. And I'm happy with what's happening right now. I'm surprised that he does stay in. I decided to go for Flora Candy because I figured, you know what, he's going to go into something else, but he doesn't. He sort of almost allows me to take out his Mantine, and I'm like, well, I can just go right into the Weavile at this moment, and most likely he's going to go into Miltank, but I just want to knock off an item really badly. That's the best thing for me at this moment. And I see that he has the Chople Berry, so he's fully prepped for it. I can go into Control C, see what this thing is. He doesn't have Heal Bell, which is fantastic for me because I can fire off a Toxic. And I decide to set up some Stealth Rocks because Mantine dies to Stealth Rocks, and residual damage is always good. Free damage, actually. Free damage is good damage, and I'm happy with that. I can fire off another Toxic. I got a lot of information in this thing, and I know that Glasgow was Alone Muck and Miltank 100%, so totally happy with this. Back at 100%, and he sends up Weiss Schnee. Good old Ruby reference right there. Liking it. Rock it. That's bad. So he proceeds to set up that was bad. He ends up setting up hazards, which is bad for my team because he does get through 2 layers of spikes, doing a lot of damage whenever I come in. And I just gotta go for a knockoff at this point. I know that Whitney's coming in, but gotta go for the safe play. Can't go for the low kick. Not ballsy enough for that. And I can just go right back into the count and keep on applying this pressure because every time, you know, if Garchomp comes in, takes a lot of damage. As you can see over here, sort of a red flag over here, but I'm like, let's find out. That's Hidden Power Ice, he brought it, and I was a bit frightened of that because I could have actually taken down Glasgow. This thing is my win con. This mon is perhaps the one mon that can really bring this battle in favor of myself. It's the one tipping point. It's the one where it, you know, it rolls the ball in my favor, and that's what I want. So I can just go right into Keldeo, fire off a substitute at this moment, and get a Hydro Pump off. Depending on the roll, I can potentially 2-hit KO it, and that's not a 2-hit KO, so I'm not risking it at all. I'm just gonna go for a Gliscor switch at this moment, potentially get my HP back up, and that's good for me because I'm looking pretty fine at this moment. I can go for Roost. Miltank comes back in. It does absolutely nothing to me, so that's fine by me. As long as I can keep my Gliscor healthy and keep on going for the Earthquakes and whatnot, I'm in a good position. I can probably stall him out of milk drinks before he stalls me out of Earthquakes. And he decides to sack off his Lone Muck, and I'm like, cool, that's awesome. Weiss Schnee only has one more switch in, and I can just go right into BB-8 because BB-8 is the primal counter to this thing, and I'm like, alright, cool. I'm definitely getting a KO over here. That is fantastic. Get a soul heart. And I just have to go right out into Gliscor once again. Or Doc Dodges. I was sort of predicting a hidden power ice. And I figured, you know what, if he goes for a physical move, he'll probably knock himself out. But he doesn't end up doing that and knocks out my Doc Dodgers. And I can just go right into the counter because I know I can take one hidden power ice. I ran the calculations and it wasn't doing enough damage. Plus with all the toxic orb damage, or the poison heal factor, I can easily take a close combat. And I was looking at this, I was like, I can't poison this thing because it's not good. If I do, that's potentially really bad. And I can just slowly roost off this damage, put myself in a position where I can 100% win the game. And Whitney sort of goes down to this thing. So no point of me risking the biscuit at all. I'm just gonna make an aggressive switch over here, going right into Pony. 5040. If he does go for body slam, it doesn't really matter to me. I know that the toxic put him in range of Hydro Pump, and I do get that. And it's a roll. I'm pretty sure it's a roll, but it's in my favor too. So I can just go right into Gliscor once again. I know Earthquake is, or Hercules, the Heracross is resistant to my Earthquake, but with the Spadef drop and the defense drop, I can potentially just take this thing down with a Roost, or not a Roost, a Earthquake. Yeah, I'll just land on this mon and just be like, yo, what's up? How's it hanging, yo? And yeah, so thankfully we'll get this victory over here. That'll put us up at 6-2, and that pretty much clinches our spot in the playoffs. I'm pretty sure it does. The next team is 4-4, so depending on their results and whatnot, we can potentially... actually, I'm pretty sure we do clinch the playoffs. We'd have to lose like 6-0 3 times, or twice. Or we'd have to lose 6-0 twice. We'd have to lose 6-0 twice, and he'd have to win 6-0 twice, the next team catching up to us. So we can sort of take it easy over here. We're at cruise control. And we've completed our goal for the season, which is make playoffs, and hopefully we can make a good playoff run. That's something I really want to not joke. Lose in the first round and try to get a W in the playoffs. That's our goal right there. So thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna get going. Be sure to check out Frosty Alpha's channel, and yeah, I'll catch you guys next week. Hopefully we can pull off a W. Next week we're gonna be going against someone really tough, the Bristol Bulus. Which is a team that I am frightened of because of Faramosa, and he's a pretty good battler too. So catch you around next week, and have yourselves a good one.